Picture the sheer might as they stride into the divine chambers, defying the pantheon without a shred of trepidation, an unparalleled power. Indeed, that audacious. The trickster deity, Loki, tethered his own to a goat to evade her wrath. Bundle up as we greet this frosty, primal force from Norse legends. Step into the enigmas of mythology, scarred in Jothan's heart. Amidst the howling winds and the snow-capped summits of a frozen wasteland stands Skadi, the enigmatic and formidable mountain huntress, reigning over a realm where the chill nips and wolves howl. Daughter of the slain giant, Thjotsi, daughters, with her ski and bow, her gaze as piercing as the winter frost. Frost Skadi is a unique fusion of divinity and primordial energy in Norse mythology. She is not of the Aesir gods. She is a Jotun, a being of the ancient world, embodying the raw vigor of nature. The giants are often labeled as titans, but they were more akin to a rival clan, similar entities to the Aesir gods, such as Odin and Thor. But the Jotnar were more in tune with the untamed forces of nature, unlike the structured ranks of the Aesir. In fact, the term Jotun better translates to the word deities associated with darkness, cold, and demise. Speaking of demise, Skadi's most renowned tale, regrettably, commences with the death of her father, Thjotsi, at the hands of the Aesir gods. To be fair to the Aesir, Thjotsi had abducted one of their own, Idun, for her apples of immortality. He was slain while pursuing Loki, who was attempting to rescue her. Upon learning of her father's demise, Skadi, driven by a fierce desire for retribution, armed herself and embarked for Asgard, the realm of the gods in the frozen expanses of the ancient world, where the mountains caress the heavens and the snow murmurs scient secrets. There dwells Skadi, a formidable Jotun and a goddess of the wild, her heart as unyielding as the icy peaks. She roamed, seeking vengeance for her father, Thjotsi, whose life was taken by the guards of Asgard. Clad in gleaming armor with a sword, reflecting the cold light of the north, Skadi made her way to the home of the gods as she strode through the golden gates of Asgard, her presence as imposing as the mountains she hailed from. The gods, aware of her intent and power, sought to quell her wrath within, offering an ancient solution as old as their realms, a marriage union. But her choice was to be made in an unusual manner. By the sight of the gods' feet alone in a chamber behind a curtain stood a line of divine feet. Skadi's gaze fell upon a pair that seemed to her the epitome of elegance and fairness. She believed these feet to belong to Balder, the most beautiful of the gods, a husband who would surely ease the loss of her father. But as the curtain was drawn, it wasn't Balder to whom the feet belonged, but another god. The feet were clean and soft from the considerable time he spent walking on the shores of Asgard. The owner of those feet was not Balder, but Njord, the god of the sea, a being as different from her as the sea is from the mountains, with vengeance still in her heart. The gods had to fulfill their second promise to make Skadi laugh. Charged with the task, Loki ties one end of a rope to the beard of a goat and the other end to his testicles. Then, playing a tug-of-war with the goat, Loki loses and lands crying into the lap of Skadi, leaving Skadi with no choice but to release a burst of laughter, a sound as rare and beautiful as the first thought of spring. This laughter echoing through the halls of Asgard, weaving a moment of Lev into her tale of revenge and loss to cement the peace between Skadi and the gods. Odin takes the eyes of her father's killer, Thjotsi, and throws them into the sky, where they become stars for all time. The union of Skadi and Njord, a confluence of two worlds, the untamed majesty of the snowy mountains and the boundless mystery of the ocean depths. Yet, like a storm clashing with the calm, their differences soon became too vast. Skadi's soul yearned for the echoing silence of the snow-capped peaks of her homeland, while Njord's heart ached for the soothing whispers of the sea waves. With their marriage, Skadi was no longer considered a Jotun, but was now like her husband, a Vanir god. She was said to enjoy being the stepmother of her new stepchildren, Frey and Freya. But her marriage to Njord was a loveless one. Njord complained that he did not want to live in the cold, dark peaks of the mountains, and that the howl of wolves was disturbing his sleep. In turn, Skadi complained about the screech of gulls in the morning. Their marriage, a fleeting convergence of mountain and sea, eventually succumbing to their true natures, leading them to part ways, each returning to their beloved realms as the timeline of Norse mythology unfolds. The story reintroduces Skadi in the dramatic setting of Loki's center. The scene is set at a grand feast hosted by Aegir. Among the esteemed guests are Njord and Skadi. In Loki's scene, Skadi emerges not just as a spectator, but as a participant in the unfolding drama. Loki, being his classic self, insults the gods at the feast. Skadi, whose veins still flow with the fierce blood of the Jotun, confronts Loki, warning him of his impending doom. If he continues with his insults, she threatens to bind him to the rocks with the cold entrails of his son. Loki's response, his typical sharp-tongued. He calls himself first and foremost at the killing of Thjotsi, Skadi's father, and makes a provocative, unfounded claim that Skadi was once in his bed, a baseless accusation. He holds many goddesses. After being caught by the gods, true to Skadi's word, Loki is bound with the entrails of his son, Narfi, in a malicious act of retribution. Skadi places a venomous snake above Loki's face. The venom drips continuously, and it's only when Loki's wife, Sigyn, catches the venom in a basin that he finds a moment's respite. However, whenever Sigyn empties the basin, the venom falls onto Loki, causing him immense agony and resulting in earthquakes in the mortal world. Skadi's essence is deeply intertwined with the stark, untamed landscapes of winter in the mountains. She's the embodiment of the hunter's spirit, the silence of snow-covered forests, and the relentless pursuit of prey. The name Skadi in Norse mythologies believed to be derived from the Old Norse term skoda, which translates to damage or harm. This name is linked to the concept of shadow, resonating with her role as a winter goddess and a symbol of nature's untamed forces. This isn't unusual, as all Jotnar had threatening-sounding names. Skadi's tale in Norse mythology weaves together themes of vengeance, ominous mountains, and the indomitable spirit of nature. From her bold entrance into Asgard to seek justice for her father's death, to her two tumultuous marriages with Njord and her pivotal role in the punishment of Loki, Skadi embodies the fierce and untamed essence of the winter in the mountains. There are more gods, more myths, and more magic to explore. Subscribe and join me as we unveil the next chapter in the mysteries of mythology.